How to find first paying customer. Most people overcomplicate this, but I would say these are the most simplest way that you can validate your ideas before even making a product. Hi, I'm a serial entrepreneur that is now building a new business in Singapore. I have started a few business ventures as well as running my family businesses in Vietnam. Here are the 5 different ways and channels that you can do to find your first customers. Number 1 is friends and family. Now, I'm not telling you to keep bombarding and terrorize your friends and family to pay you for the products. And at the end of the day, you don't want to run a business that relying on having a lot of friends or having your family to paying for your expenses. But I would argue this is the first easiest channel you can use to collect feedbacks. And these are the people that are willing to support you in the beginning when the product is not perfect yet. Um, they will still willing to support, give you the feedback, even refer you to other friends and family that they have. When I started my first venture, which is a seasonal bakery, so it was a home bakery that we started it. And when we first started it, we thought that there's an opportunity in the market because a lot of the people around us are not trusting the big brands. From Vietnam, food safety laws is not that good. So there are a lot of scandal related to people faking or making low quality products in mass productions. So we see that as an opportunity to be a homemade bakery that provide freshly baked goods that doesn't have preservative. So what we do is that we start telling our friends and family about it, and our goal to validate that business is to get 100 cakes sold by the end of that 1.5 month. That first year, we sold 1,000 cakes. And that is purely from our friends, from our family, and people that they refer to us. So that is the easiest way and cheapest way for you to find your customer. The bakery ended up lasted for 10 years. The second channels that you can use to find customer is social media. So how did we start it with our bakery was posting it on our personal Facebook. For social media, you don't even need to have a landing page or a company page. You can start posting on your personal accounts and see if there are people interested on it. A lot of people, when they start a new business idea, they have this image of like you have to create this perfect looking services before even putting it out there. I would argue that the best products that you've seen today, they actually start very simple and very easy. Sometimes it's not even cost them anything to put the products out there. As someone who's always had a lot of ideas of different business, how I would choose to spend resources and time and investment into a business idea is that I need to find paying customer who are willing to pay for the products. If I start a business now purely on social media, I would choose a platform that still give you a lot of organic exposure. Right now, that would be TikTok if you want to create videos. If it's text-based, Reddit, Threads, and Twitter are great space to find customer on social medias. If you're still in the validations process where you want to find people that are sharing that interest with you and willing to pay for it, then I would argue text-based social medias are the best way to do it because one is cheap. It's the easiest way to create content. You just type writing things out, whatever in your brain, share it authentically, and people will connect to it. And especially if your product is a SaaS, a software-based product or service-based products, there's no pictures, you can still get the ideas out. If you're looking for international clients from the get-go, Reddit is a great space to collect insights on what people need, what are the pain points they have, and baking it, building it, and create a community that support your journey. Social media is a great way to build that journey and exposure right from the get-go for you. The third option is to run some ads. This is where you need to put a little bit of effort, a little bit money in to really validate your ideas. Sometimes paying money is the fastest way to get the result. Or even if you have no content creator exposure or audience and you still want to see if people really interested on it, definitely create some free magnet, create a landing page for it, and runs a bit of Google ads and meta ads and see who click and register for that free magnet. The free magnet would definitely be something that is related to your products. It could be a partial part value that they will get if they are a paying customer. So getting that initial interest of whatever value that you want to give to clients is a great way to see if there are any interest on it. The tool that I would recommend using it is Kit because they have a great free plan you can try out. Where they allow you to store up to 10,000 email for free. If your product is B2B, if you want to solve this specific problem for a business, sometimes running ads not gonna reach you to the right person. Sometimes you just gotta go to the traditional route of email marketing or cold calling them and really ask if there's something interesting on that. I would definitely try to utilize AI tools like Clay. If you would like to see a full review videos using Clay AI, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure to create that for you. The last two method is my ultimate ways to find customer. Before we get into that, getting your first new customer can be easily done by all these methods, but I would argue that finding product market fit and seeing if this is a business idea that can last for a year takes a bit more than just selling and finding the first fill. I would argue that you'll get an idea of what are people are paying for and why your business is different once you reach 100 paying customer. In my recent podcast with a business leader, we talked in depth about the process of finding and building your products for the first 100 customer.
I do think there is some magic in finding the first 100 who you really can serve well.
Podium is built very customer centric. How do you scale the feedback in terms of priority?
We have like a bit of a matrix to see, like there are different metrics.
Check out that podcast episode if you would like to see what's the process behind finding product market fit. Method number 4, networking. This is my ultimate favorite way to find new customer because it simply follow this simple methodology is that go hang out with people that you want to surround yourself with. And in this case, if you want to sell products, then you want to hang out with people that will potentially become your customer, partners, or being in the same industry. And that could be networking. The easiest way you can do this is by look up online on your local events platform website and look up networking events for your specific industry. It could be technology, F&B, or simply like connecting with expats, tourists, etc. Whatever the products that you want to sell to, you want to go networking because one, you can start telling people about your business idea and see their reaction to it. Every single time you tell somebody about your idea, you look at their reaction and you see if it perks their interest. And doing this way, you will able to refine your elevator pitch so that when it's time to meet your paying customer, you will able to nail and get their attention within 30 seconds. So networking is great because of that. A pro tip, instead of going and hang out with people within the same industry as you, go outside the circle and find industry that are correlate or related to your industry, but not directly competing with it. If you're a marketing person, don't go to a marketing networking event. Go to a tech networking event. Go to a real estate networking event. Go to a F&B networking event because chances are only one of the few marketing expert within that circle. And who do people go to if they don't know anybody? They find the first 3 people that pop up in their mind. There's no reason for you to go to a marketing networking event if you were looking for a customer because everybody else is gonna sell a similar products and service like you. Yes, it's great to networking with peers and learning industry insight, but at the end of the day, all the people that in that network could be your competitors. So I would argue that if you're spending time and resource to go networking event, spend 90% of your time going to events outside of your industry, but correlate with it, and 10% going to these industry networking events to upskill, upgrading, and finding reliable partners that you can work with. The last channel to find your customer is referrals. Look into previous partnerships connections, professional connections in your previous job, etc., as potential referral pool. When I started my business in Singapore, I actually didn't just jump over here and start a business and start going out and selling. Actually, I didn't do that at all. I only open my corporate here because I know there's a demand here and there's someone who's willing to sell my products on my behalf. This is a partner that I actually know for like 5 to 7 years before we even have discussions about partnership. Over the years, we both know what each other is doing, but only when is the right time that we come together and build a partnership. Once I have their pledge to become my referral partners, then I open my business here in Singapore. I didn't just open it out of the wing and spend a bunch of money on corporate tax. Referral could be coming from anywhere. It could be coming from friends and family or professional relationships, colleagues in your previous jobs. It could even be your college friends that you party back in the days and now both of you in the professional world. One of the most powerful referrals network that you can have is actually from people that originally do not have an incentive or do not have an original connection with you through professional working. Referral is a great way to find customer because number one, 80% of people who get referred will likely close because they got introduced to you by someone they trust. Nothing beats referral marketing. And if you can build an established network of partners who actually happy to connect with you and introduce you to people, that is great. If you're just starting out, you don't know anybody, I think you can also look into your high school friend, your school friend, your university friends. Now that you are all in your professional work, there could be potential leverage and trust you already established there. One potential way to establish a win-win situations between referral partners is looking at companies that potentially serve the same client base as you, but not directly competing with each other. You guys are complementing each other's, but do not directly compete with each other. For example, if you sell earrings, a potential complementary partners who can refer clients to use are wedding planners who extensively help brides to finding gifts for their bridesmaid. That is a complementary partnership that you guys can work with each other. A good long-term partnership is when there's a win-win situations happen. And it could be simply by you giving them a commissions for every single sales that they make or introduce for you as an incentive, or you guys are so complementary with each other's that you guys can cross-selling each other services for one another. So that is 5 ways you can find your first customer. After you getting 1 or 2 paying customer, the next stage is trying to really establish into something sustainable. Something can be profit, something can be long-term, something bring money in. And that could be the next milestone by building up to the first 100 customer. In my recent podcast with a business leader, we talk in depth about the mentality and the process to build a product to your first 100 customer. Check out that episode if you like to see the behind the scene on how to build to the first 100 customer. Thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.